Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Micavity. Welcome back, guys, and today we're checking out the brand new beta for Season 3 of ABI. Now, man, I'm so excited for this one, dude. We have been boosted up thanks to the devs to be able to kind of take a look and check everything out that Season 3 is going to have to offer. Now, Season 3 is going to come out, I think, September 29th, and there's a lot of things out here that we want to take a look at today. I think the easiest thing to start off with is the expansion onto the farm map. Again, for 2 seasons in a row now, we have gotten an expansion on the farm map for some reason, which that's my favorite map, so I'm actually not super upset about that. It's fine with me, but what they basically did was they expanded stables to actually have like a stables area where what appears to be horses would be at. This little roundabout carousel thing, you know, that horses run around in. So altogether, kind of making stables look more like an actual stable ground instead of kind of just the one building and then like an open field that, I don't know, there's a lot of line of sight there that has been blocked by these buildings now, which I think is going to lead to a lot more interesting fights in this area. And the other thing that they did on farm was they kind of added on to the grain trade center off to the left-hand side if you are spawning on that side of the map now. So I can't, is it the north side actually has a little bit of a extra building there now. I'm not exactly sure. The devs said that, you know, spawning there kind of lets like 3 teams clash, so they wanted to expand it. Not exactly sure what this is going to do in terms of that. There's still probably going to be those extra teams there. But it's a pretty cool building with more places to loot, and that's always welcome as well. After that, I want to pop in and take a look at the new weapons. So I think we got 2 new assault rifles, one being the AN-94. Kind of looks a little bit neat. The other one being the, what is it? ZC-807. That looks so goofy weird. That almost looks like a shotgun, dude. So that's kind of what those guns look like here. Let's see. They also added some new attachments here. We got a new comfort grip, which is kind of cool, and also a new tilt grip that is only 1820K right now, which is pretty great compared to the other one. Stats wise, the more expensive one, of course, is going to be better, but that's going to give you a nice little stat boost for a pretty cheap amount at the moment. So that is a 7.62x39 weapon. The AN-94 is a 5.45x39 weapon. Assume this is going to be like different hand guards and stuff to be able to do attachments. Yeah. So, I mean, it's okay. Okay. There's a million videos out there showing the recoil patterns on these weapons, so I'm not going to do that. And then the other weapon is this little boinker right here, the PP-19. One of the staples of early wipe Tarkov, now officially in Arena Breakout Infinite. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So exciting, 3 new weapons for the season. Very cool. We can go to the small hall on farm. That'll be part of the first mission for the new season. Pretty cool. So here are the rewards for the season. Okay, after you do 5 seasonal missions, you're going to get 30 days of basic. You're going to get your 2x2, unless is that now the 3x2? I think that's the 2x3 right there. I don't know. After 20, you are going to get this pretty gnarly SKS with the little canted sight on there, dude. Pretty sweet, man. Not a gun that I use often, but pretty cool. After 42, you're going to get another 30 days of basic, but then after 60, you are going to get a 9-cell 3x3? Is this... I don't see a time limit on this at all. Is this just a permanent thing that you'll unlock if you complete all 60 missions? Because that's huge, if so. If so, very big. Very big. Inside customization, now we have tactical files. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a player banner. Okay, cool. And you can change your frame, different data, that's all in Chinese. But we can display different stats. Database, I'm not sure what that means. And then badges, it looks like. So, oh, okay. So any badges that you get, you'll be able to toss them up here in your player card. That's pretty cool. Not overtly game-changing, but, you know, it is what it is. So there's been some changes in the patch notes that I am absolutely loving that seem to be so good, in my opinion. And we'll discuss that in a little bit. but the one thing that I am super hyped on right now is this preset build button. So you can come in here and you could say custom build, most recent raid. So if you had a kit that you really liked, your most recent raid would be that kit. You could come in here, you could purchase it, and it would just automatically purchase it. You could come in here for premium recommended builds, and it will let you know the estimated costs on them. But I assume that you could do, yeah, import currently equipped builds. So you can import your own. So if there's something that you really like to use, you can just have pre-saved kits now, and you don't have to go searching for things. You can just hit buy it now and be done with it. And that's outstanding to me. That's a solid change. One of the biggest changes is the trophy room now in this this coming season here. So the trophy room has changed. It's not just a little place to display things anymore. Looks like we are able to remodel things. I'm a big green and black color scheme kind of guy, so we're gonna go ahead and just unlock this because none of it matters, to be honest. Walls, you can change things out here. Look at that granite right there. Let's unlock that too. Because in this video, we want it to look nice at least. Kind of like the wood too, but it is what it is. There we go. So a little customization options, and then it looks like there's decorations as well. So it looks like we have a painting with a boat on it. Let's just display our paintings here, dude. And you're out of your mind if you think we're not going to have a dartboard. Is there a purpose to that? No, probably not. But now, wait, we have furniture too? Guess I have a water cooler. Very nice. Okay. Okay. But now we're kind of getting into a little more of that like Tarkov-esque kind of stuff here, right? We have a display case. This you can display the stuff that you pull out, but you're able to upgrade it and get upgrade effects. So this one, of course, display limit just lets you display more stuff. That's fine. That is what it is. The weapon wall gives you more slots to display your weapons. Tactical dummy, same thing. It's like more stuff. Dog tag, display more dog tags. We got a badge shelf now. I'm not exactly sure what the badge shelf is for. But now once we go over to the living area and we upgrade some stuff here, looks like our energy unit consumption rate is reduced by 15%, and so is our hydration after we upgrade. So we're gonna start getting stats for kind of upgrading our hideout. Once you upgrade the intelligence center, it goes from, you get an extra 3 market listings, 6 market listings, 10 market listings. So you're gonna be able to get some extra market listings. That's pretty good. And then the workbench, because this is the biggest change right here. Unlocks a new crafting item and reduces some unlocked something or other. So at levels 1, you can craft some purple ammo. Looks like for maybe some SMGs. At level 2, you're going to start being able to craft a little more stuff, but yellow ammo nonetheless. Very nice. Level 3, you're going to be able to unlock some enhancements, first aid kits, and then you're also going to reduce item production time and materials needed to kind of do this kind of stuff. Now, keep in mind, this is going to take 6 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours to craft. After you get fully upgraded, these yellow ammos are going to take 9 hours to craft. So just keep that in mind. But we're starting to kind of get a little more gamey with the game, if you will. Now, I think the ammo crafting is big because of the fact that they announced some changes coming up here. So here's a couple changes that they have announced. They are making it so certain tier 6 ammo is only purchasable in small stacks every 24 hours, I believe. 12 to 24 hours. They're making it so certain tier 6 armor is only purchasable every 72 hours, and they are also making it so T7 thermals are only purchasable every 72 hours as well. Now, I've heard some backlash and outcry about this, at least on the Facebook, but honestly, if I'm being 100% transparent and honest with you, it's a solid change. And it's not just because nearly every other extraction shooter out there has it so that their highest level of ammo just can't be purchased in mass unlimited quantities. It's simply the fact that me, as a newer player who enjoys the lockdown game mode, who enjoys the slower kind of fights with like tier 4 versus like tier 3 ammo, you know what I mean? Where everybody's running around locked down with tier 3 ammo and you have tier 4 armor, and it's a long fight and it's drawn out and it's incredibly just heart pumping and super fun, gets ruined so fast by people running around with 1.5 million kits in lockdown for some, like, why are you playing lockdown with T7 thermals, a full kit of tier 6, and just mags and mags and mags of tier 6 ammo? Like, what's the point? My 250k kit is not even going to pay for the ammo that it took you to kill me. I certainly think that there is more changes that they can make to make this better as well, but in the meantime, I firmly believe, and at least I hope, that what's going to happen is people are going to be less likely to bring in their expensive gear to lockdown just in case they die. They can't buy another T7 thermal for 72 hours. They can't buy certain T6 armor for another 72 hours. And you're only allowed to buy 30 rounds of ammo every 24 hours. So why would you want to go waste the little amount that you have on the little guy when you can go play Forbidden, because that's where you belong, and kind of just let everybody else kind of enjoy the game how they want to enjoy it without just getting absolutely stomped on by tier 6 players. Now, I understand that there was still going to be tier 6 players in lockdown, because I feel like maybe, you know, that's not where the best of the best go play Forbidden. And if you can't hang with that, then maybe you might as well bring your tier 6 into lockdown and shit on all of the worst players. And it is what it is. But I think this is a strong change in the right direction of trying to balance out tier 6 issues that new players come up against. And that's just my opinion. That's just my 100% opinion. There's no facts supporting that. It's just how I feel about it. And if you disagree, you disagree, and I can totally get behind that. But it's just not. I think it's a solid W change. One thing that they added that I'm not a big fan of, and I don't know where to even get it or buy it or whatever, but it seems like they have added in a what they call heartbeat sensor that a lot of people seem upset about. And I've seen other people talk about this too. I don't even know where to buy it, to be honest, but a lot of people are upset about the heartbeat sensor, but a lot of people are upset about rats sitting in corners. And then they provide a tool that gives you the information about a rat possibly sitting in a corner, and then it's just turn around and backlash some more at it. I really don't understand that kind of mentality, but I guess it is what it is. It doesn't look too overpowered. It has a battery that will drain over time. It sounds like you can only find it in raid. It doesn't last very long, and it doesn't give the exact position of somebody either. Same with the UAV. They added a UAV. This one I'm a little more lenient on. It looks a little crazy, but at least it doesn't give exact positions of the players. It just lets you scan POIs, and it will tell you yes or no, there is or is not a player in that area or players in that area. It doesn't tell you how many players. It doesn't tell you where they're at in that area, just that there are players there. All in all, it seems pretty awesome, dude. I don't know, man. I'm so hooked. I'm so hooked on ABI, and I think, you know, the positive changes of the T6 ammo, T6 armor, and the thermals and all that stuff, I really like that. Again, probably my favorite feature is this like purchase a preset like option that you can just go and make the build that you like, and then you don't have to go sit through there and build a gun over and over again, or go through and look for whatever. You just click buy, and you're done. Absolutely one of my favorite things that I've seen out of this game, to be honest. And the other thing is the trophy room. Absolutely love the way that they're kind of shaping up the trophy room, and I'm sure all of this stuff is subject to change, and there's going to be more stuff coming out about it. But my goodness, man, I'm loving the direction that the game is going. Absolutely. The thing is I don't always want a hardcore experience, and this game is extremely great with quality of life. The PvP is absolutely fantastic. And the changes that they're making to kind of try to balance it out a little bit, I think are in generally the right direction. I think the UAV and the heartbeat sensor, not the best ideas, but we'll kind of see how that evolves over time. But everything else, I'm kind of just really enjoying. We've had a couple event announcements for this week here on the live build of the game, and I think they're just, you know, I think they're just cooking, man. They cooked with this one. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, dude. The upcoming changes are great. There's not a lot of new content. There's not a lot of new content in the game, which is unfortunate. No new map that we know of or anything like that. But, you know, completing all the missions and getting this titanium case with, and again, I'm not seeing a time limit on it. Now, I'm not saying there won't be one, but I'm not seeing one here. And that's pretty sick. They absolutely cook with the free skins. Like, I don't use the SKS, but I do really like this skin, dude. Missions now, like, tell you what the reward is here. That's pretty cool. Anyways, man, that is going to be the video for today. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to stay up to date on all of my latest content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.
Patrolling every corner, from the mountains to the sea. You won't last long in this town if you cross Micavity.